I died on a rainy Tuesday in October, choking on the bitter pills I'd swallowed because the world had chewed me up and spat me out like yesterday's coffee grounds. The last thing I remembered was the CEO's daughter, Victoria Hale, smirking as HR escorted me from the glass tower that had been my empire, her designer heels clicking like the countdown to my ruin. But death wasn't the end. It was a goddamn reset button, slamming me back into my 28-year-old body, heart pounding in the fluorescent-lit break room of Hale Tech, 3 months before she plunged the knife. The coffee machine gurgled like it was mocking me, steam rising in lazy curls that blurred the calendar on the wall. July 15th, 2025. My hands, steady now, not the trembling wrecks from my final days, gripped the styrofoam cup, so hard it dented. I could still taste the metallic tang of blood from biting my tongue during that board meeting, the one where Vic accused me of embezzling funds to fund my side hustle. Lies. All of it. She'd hacked my emails, planted fake invoices, and watched as the C-suite devoured me alive. Fired on the spot. Blackballed from every tech firm in Silicon Valley's shadow, New York's cutthroat scene didn't even bother with a trial. I ended up crashing on friends' couches until they ghosted. Then the streets. Then the bridge over the Hudson where the pills washed down easy with cheap vodka. But now I was here. Alive. With the acrid scent of burnt toner from the copier and the distant hum of coders typing away in open-plan purgatory. My reflection in the microwave door showed the old Leah, sharp bob haircut, freckles dusting my nose like forgotten constellations, green eyes that hadn't yet dulled to desperation. Holy shit, I whispered, splashing water on my face in the sink. The cold jolt confirmed it. This wasn't a dream. I'd been given a do-over, a chance to claw back what was mine. And Victoria Hale? That viper in Louboutins was going to choke on her own venom. I straightened my blouse, not the thrift store rags I'd worn in my last life, and marched back to my cubicle. Hale Tech was the beast, a fintech unicorn valued at $2 billion, churning out AI-driven trading algorithms that made Wall Street wolves wet. I'd clawed my way up from intern to lead developer in 4 years. My code the secret sauce behind their latest IPO bump. Vic. Though, she was the princess. 25 and fresh from Yale, consulting on user experience while schmoozing her daddy's golf buddies. In my first life, she'd hated me from day one, jealous of my patents, my late nights debugging while she Instagrammed brunches. It started small, accidental spills on my keyboard, whispers about my unprofessional tank tops. Then it escalated. She seduced my fiancé, leaked my performance reviews, doctored with her edits, and finally, that embezzlement frame-up. This time, I wouldn't wait for the knife. I'd forge my own blade. First stop, the server room. I needed proof, something buried in the logs before she could tamper. My access badge beeped green at the door, and the chill hit me like a slap, racks of humming black boxes, blue LEDs pulsing like veins. In my previous timeline, I'd ignored the anomaly, a ghost account siphoning microtransactions, pennies adding up to thousands. I'd assumed it was a glitch, reported it quietly. Big mistake. Vic had used it to mirror my IP, making it look like I'd pocketed the cash for a non-existent startup. Fingers flying over the keyboard, I pulled the logs. There it was, user Vixen87, her old sorority handle, routing funds through offshore proxies. Screenshot. Encrypt. Stash on a thumb drive hidden in my bra. Adrenaline surged, hot and electric. But I couldn't go nuclear yet. Revenge wasn't a sprint, it was a marathon of mindfucks. back at my desk. My phone buzzed. A text from Jake, my fiancé, or soon-to-be ex in Timeline 2. Dinner tonight? Miss you.
Babe. God.
The naivety. In my first go-round, he believed Vic's tears about my affair, dumped me the day after the firing. This time, I'd end it clean, before she could sink her claws. I typed back, can't. Late night at the office. Love you.
Lies.
But necessary. No loose ends. The afternoon dragged in a haze of stand-up meetings and Jira tickets, but my mind was a war room. By 5 p.m., the office thinned out, coders to happy hours, execs to private jets. Vic's office light glowed from the corner suite, a glass fishbowl where she preened like a peacock. I lingered, pretending to pack, then accidentally dropped a stack of reports outside her door. Oops, I muttered loud enough. She emerged, all blonde waves and condescending smile, her silk blouse unbuttoned just enough to scream, "Daddy's girl." "Leah? Still here? Don't you have a life?" Her laugh tinkled like breaking glass. I forced a grin, bending to gather papers. "Just finishing up. You know how it is, deadlines don't sleep." She leaned against the frame, arms crossed. "Some of us delegate." Her eyes flicked to my badge, then my ring. "Heard Jake's been talking to that recruiter in Chicago. Big opportunities out there." Subtle as a sledgehammer. She was already planting seeds, testing waters. In Timeline 1, this was how it started. Hints of my instability, whispers to HR about my personal issues. Yeah? Good for him. I stood, papers clutched like a shield. "Actually, Vic, got a sec? I found something weird in the transaction logs." "Might be nothing, but..." Her smile froze. Just a microsecond, but I caught it. "Logs? Honey, that's IT's job. Forward it to support." "Will do." I nodded, all earnest intern vibes, and walked away.
Inside.
I was cackling. Let her sweat. Let her check her tracks tonight, deleting what she could. I'd already mirrored everything to a burner cloud account. That night, alone in my Brooklyn walk-up, the rent-controlled gem I lost in my downfall, I poured a glass of cheap Merlot and plotted. The betrayal ran deeper than Vic. Her father, CEO Harlan Hale, had signed my termination without a blink. He'd built Hale Tech from a garage startup in the 90s, but power had twisted him into a paranoid kingpin, trusting no one but blood. And the board? Puppets. All of them, except one, Elias Crow, the chair. Harlan's old college buddy and silent majority shareholder. In my first life, I never crossed his path, too low on the totem. But whispers said he was the real brains, the one who greenlit the IPO. Elias had a granddaughter, Lily, 8 years old, photos plastered on his desk in annual reports. Cute kid, all curls and gap-toothed grins. What if?
No.
Too soon for wild cards. I crashed hard that night. Dreams a montage of bridge railings and Vic's smirk morphing into Harlan's gavel. Woke at dawn. Resolve steel hard. Step 1. Inoculate Jake. We met at our usual spot. A dive bar in Williamsburg with sticky floors and $5 IPAs. He slid into the booth. All boyish charm, tousled brown hair. Engineer's build from weekend hikes. You okay? Tech seemed off. I sipped my beer. Stealing. Jake. We need to talk. His face fell. Oh God. Is it the job?
Or us?
Us. I reached for his hand, hating the ache. I love you, but this isn't working. The hours. The stress. I'm married to code. Not you. He blinked. Stunned. Leah.
What?
Yesterday you said. Yesterday, I was lying to myself. Controversial? Dumping him preemptively. Before the scandal hit? Hell yes. But better a clean break than watching him twist the knife later. He argued, pleaded, but I held firm. By midnight, he was gone, tail lights fading into the rain-slick streets. I cried then, ugly sobs into a pillow that smelled like his cologne. But tears dried. This was war. Week 2 blurred into sabotage subtle as fog. I leaked anonymized log snippets to the company Slack, framed as a security concern. No names. IT scrambled. Audits launched. Vic's eyes darted in meetings. Her laughs forced. She cornered me in the ladies' room. You stirring shit.
Leah?
Careful, daddies don't like messy girls. I washed my hands, meeting her gaze in the mirror. Just doing my job.
Vic.
Wouldn't want anyone getting exposed. The gauntlet was thrown. By month's end, the first crack showed. Harlan called an all-hands, face thunderous on the Jumbotron from his Hamptons retreat. Someone's playing games with our systems. Heads will roll. Vic shifted beside me, pale under her bronzer. I smiled inwardly. Roll they would, right over her manicured toes. But revenge's sweet burn came with thorns. Sleepless nights. Paranoia spiking at every ping. Was this the right path? In Timeline 1, I trusted the system. Played nice. Look where that got me. A toe tag in Bellevue.
No.
This Leah fought dirty. And if it meant crossing lines, hacking personal emails, maybe a whisper to a journalist contact from my NYU days, so be it. Little did I know, the deepest cut was yet to come. Not from Vic, but from blood I never knew ran in my veins. August hit like a heat wave, turning Manhattan into a pressure cooker where tempers frayed faster than nylons on a subway grate. Hail Tucka's AC wheezed like an asthmatic chain smoker, but the real sweat was Vic's. Her consults dwindled. Harlan sidelined her to special projects, code for figure out who's fucking with us. I played the loyal soldier, volunteering for the audit team, my thumb drive burning a hole in my desk drawer like contraband nitro. Morning started with black coffee and burner phone scrolls, monitoring dark web forums where Hail Tucka's competitors lurked like sharks. Nothing yet, but I planted seeds, a vague post about ghost accounts in fintech giants, no specifics. Let the paranoia spread. Jake's absence echoed. Our mutual friends texted pity party invites. What happened? Girl? But I ghosted. In this life, isolation was armor. Instead, I dove into Elias Crow's public footprint. LinkedIn painted him as the elder statesman, Harvard Law 68, venture capital vet, Hail Tech board since inception. Philanthropy shots showed him at galas, arm around a silver-haired wife, Lily beaming between them. The kid was his soft spot. Articles mentioned her battling leukemia last year. Remission now. But the fear lingered. What if I could leverage that? No, not yet. Too risky. Too monstrous. But the idea festered. A controversial whisper in my gut. Use the innocent to gut the guilty. The audit meeting was a circus in conference room Alpha. Glass walls fogged with dry erase ghosts. Vic. 2 IT drones, and Marcus, the oily CFO with a comb-over that screamed midlife denial. Harlan dialed in, Hawaiian shirt clashing with his scowl. Progress, he barked. Marcus cleared his throat. Preliminary, anomalies traced to external IPs. But internal mirroring. Could be insider. Vic's pen tapped like Morse code for panic. Or a hack. Russians, Chinese, or sloppy code. I interjected, voice steady. All eyes swiveled. I've been cross-referencing. User patterns match internal access logs from UX team. Her pen snapped. That's bullshit.
Leah.
You're grasping. Harlan's pixelated glare pinned me. Evidence. I slid my tablet across, sanitized screenshots. Timestamps aligning with her VPN logins from the Hamptons. Correlations.
Sir.
Not accusations. He grunted. Dig deeper. All of you. Vic's foot accidentally stomped mine under the table, hard enough to bruise. I bit back a yelp, smiling through it. Message received. But as we filed out, she hissed, watch your back. Trailer trash. Trailer trash? Low blow. Dredging my Ohio roots. In Timeline 1, she'd flung that during the firing, while I begged for my job. This time, I turned, voice honeyed venom. Funny.
Vic.
Last I checked, embezzlement's federal. Not very Yale of you. Her face blanched bone white. Victory tasted like bourbon smooth, with a kick. That weekend, I treated myself, a solo hike in the Palisades, Hudson glittering below like fool's gold. At the summit, wind whipping my ponytail, I screamed into the void, rage for the old Leah, triumph for the new. But doubt crept in, slimy as creek mud. Was I becoming her? The schemer? The liar? Controversial decisions piled up, the anonymous tip to the SEC hotline, routing through proxies. Harmless probe, I told myself. Just insurance. Monday brought the twist I never saw coming. An email from HR. Request to meet with Elias Crow. Board chair. 2 p.m. Executive floor. My stomach flipped.
How?
I'd been careful, no traces. But curiosity dragged me up. Past the velvet ropes of C-suite heaven, marble floors. Abstract art screaming, we're better than you. Elias's office was a time capsule, leather-bound books. A model of the first Hail-Tech server farm. Photos of Lily finger painting on his knee. He rose. Mid-60s but wiry. Silver hair, military clipped. Eyes sharp as a prosecutor's. MS. Reynolds, he said. Handshake firm.
Sit.
Tea. Water's fine. I perched on the edge of a club chair. Pulse hammering. He settled opposite. Steepling fingers. You've made waves downstairs. Harlan's fit to be tied. Just doing my job, Mr. Crow. Elias. A smile cracked his granite facade. Call me old-fashioned, but I value loyalty. And initiative. Tell me, off record, what's your read on this mess? Trap or opportunity? I waited. Then dove. Internal sabotage.
Sir.
Someone close. Covering tracks with external noise. His nod was slow. And you suspect. I hesitated. Naming Vic now was suicide, no hard proof. Patterns point to UX. But I'd need full access to confirm. Granted. He tapped his desk phone. And Leah, watch yourself. Harlan's daughter. She's got claws. Understatement of the century. We chatted then. Surface stuff, my OSU comp sci degree, his golf handicap. But as I rose to leave, he paused. One more thing. Lily, my granddaughter, she's taken a shine to your name. Says a storybook character. Leah the Brave. Reminds her of you from a photo I showed. Photo? My brain shorted. That's sweet. He chuckled.
Kids.
Anyway.
Keep me posted.
Discreetly. The elevator descent was a free fall. What photo? Elias Crow knowing my name beyond a roster? Paranoia itched. Had I brushed him in timeline 1? Forgotten? Back at my desk. I Googled furiously. Leah Reynolds plus Elias Crow. Nothing. Then. Deeper. Family trees. Obits. His wife. Margaret. Deceased 5 years. Car accident. Daughter. Evelyn Crow Hale?
Wait.
Hale? Harlan's wife was Evelyn Crow. Elias's daughter. The board chair was Vic's grandfather.
Fuck.
The web tightened. That revelation kept me up, pacing my apartment as thunder rumbled over the East River. Blood ties. Vic wasn't just the spoiled brat. She was the heir apparent, shielded by dynasty. Exposing her meant toppling thrones. But Elias, his interest in me? Protective instinct for Lily. Or something more. The next week, I pushed harder. Full access meant server deep dives. Tracing Vic's digital footprints to her personal cloud, emails to a shady Cayman accountant, receipts for consulting fees matching the ghost funds. Jackpot. But controversy loomed. To nail it airtight, I'd need her password. Ethical?
Hell no.
Necessary? Abso-fucking-lutely. I tailed her to a rooftop bar in Midtown, all glass and skyline swagger. She was there with Jake, my ex, laughing at her jokes. Hand on her thigh. Bow rose. In timeline 1, this was the night they hooked up. Post-firing. Here, preemptive salt in the wound. I waited till she hit the ladies, slipping into the dim hall. Her phone buzzed on the sink, unlocked. Arrogance incarnate. Quick as a cat burglar. I snapped her notes app. Pass. Vixen 87 Hale 2025. Then out. Heart in my throat. Back home. I cracked her email. Buried and deleted. Correspondence with a PI. Digging dirt on me. Leah Reynolds illegitimate? Crow connection. What the? The thread died there. But chills spidered my spine. The legitimate? Crow?
No. Couldn't be.
My mom was a single waitress from Dayton. Dad a ghost. But Elias's photo mention. Lily's Leah the Brave. I slammed the laptop. Breath ragged. This wasn't just revenge anymore. It was unraveling a lie older than Vic's schemes. And the real betrayal? It stared back from my own mirror. September's humidity clung like guilt, turning every commute into a steam bath of regrets. Armed with Vic's password, I wove a noose of evidence, timestamps, transfers, even a voice memo of her gloating to the accountant. Daddy'll never suspect his little girl. I compiled it into a dossier. PDF fortress. Emailed to my burner with self-destruct timers. But the Crow connection gnawed, a loose thread begging a yank. I started with Mom. A call to her nursing home in Ohio. Alzheimer's had claimed her coherence 2 years back in timeline 1. But here, early stages. Voice frail but lucid. Leah Bug? Everything okay? Just checking in?
Mom.
Remember that summer in New York? The internship. A pause. Then a sigh. The city that broke my heart. Your father. He was a summer fling. Honey. Venture guy. All suits and promises. Left before the test turned pink. Venture guy. 1997, me conceived.
Name.
Mom, please. Elias. Elias Crow. Said he'd call. But poof. Like a bad magic trick. The line went dead silent on my end. Elias Crow, board chair. Vic's grandfather was my father. The secret buried deeper than offshore accounts, an affair with a 22-year-old intern. Hushed up with NDAs and ghosting. Mom raised me solo, scraping by on tips and pride. I'd clawed into Hale Tech blind, chasing dreams in the den of my own blood. Rage boiled, black and viscous. Not just Vic's betrayal, Elias's abandonment. Harlan's complicity in silencing it. The firing? Personal from jump. I was the bastard half-sister. Threat to the dynasty. Controversial didn't cover it. Did I expose the fraud and claim my birthright? Or burn it all? Legitimacy, be damned? The decision twisted like a knife. Family or scorched earth. I confronted Elias unannounced, storming his Upper East Side brownstone under a slate sky. Butler tried to block, but I flashed my badge. Family matter. He met me in the library. Fire crackling. Lily's toys scattered like accusations. Leah? To what do I? You're my father. Flat. No preamble. His face drained, then rebuilt into lawyer mask. Speculation.
Sit.
We dueled with words. Mom's letters he'd ignored. The DNA test I'd impulse ordered from 23andMe, positive. 99.9%. He admitted it, youthful indiscretion. Margaret's infertility, leading to the affair. Panic when Evelyn announced pregnancy. I provided. Anonymously. Scholarships. Your mom's mortgage payoff. Provided? You erased us. My voice cracked. Fists balled. Lily peeked from the hall. Curls framing wide eyes. Who dat? Poppy. Elias scooped her up. A friend. Button. Go play. She scampered, but not before whispering. You Leah brave? The kid knew. Elias had told her, fairy tales to salve his soul. She cries sometimes. Thinking of you, he said softly. The aunt she never met.
Aunt. To Vic.
The irony choked me. I want in, I said finally. Not blood, justice. Vic's stealing, framing me to bury the secret. Give me leverage on the board. His eyes searched mine, mirror to my own. Dangerous. Harlan's ruthless. So am I. We shook, deals struck. He'd back-channel intel. I'd deliver the kill shot. Back at Hale Tech, the tension was barbed wire. Vic sensed the shift. Her barb sharper. Heard her cozy with Gramps. Digging for gold. Leah? I laughed. Ice cold. Just auditing. Sis. Her slap came fast, palm stinging my cheek in the empty elevator. Don't you dare. I touched the welt, tasting copper. Touch me again, and the logs go public. With footnotes. She crumpled. Tears crocodile reel.
Please.
Daddy'll kill me. Pity flickered blood. After all. But I stamped it. Earn it.
Confess.
She bolted. Heels echoing doom. That night, Harlan summoned me to his penthouse office. City lights sprawling like conquered turf.
Leah.
Elias speaks highly. Join me for a drink. Whiskey neat. His hand on my shoulder too paternal. Family's everything.
Vix.
Troubled. Help her. And you're golden. The offer. Promote me to VP. Quash the audit. If I buried Vic's dirt. Controversial fork. Take the throne. Forgive the venom. Or torch it. I played along.
Nodding.
Family first. But as I left, I forwarded the dossier to Elias. No turning back. The climax brewed in boardroom shadows. October loomed. Anniversary of my firing death. Harlan called emergency session. All execs. Elias presiding remote. Vic absent. Flu. Her aide stammered. Slides clicked. My findings anonymized. Gasps rippled as transfers flashed, $250K to Vic's accounts. Harlan's face purpled.
Who?
Elias's voice boomed from the screen. Your daughter.
Harlan.
And we've got proof. Denials flew. But the hammer fell. SEC notified pre-dawn. Feds swarmed by noon. Vic arrested in her Tribeca loft. Mascara rivers. Pleading daddy. I watched from the lobby. Anonymous in the chaos. But Harlan cornered me. Eyes feral.
You.
Elias's pet. The bastard spawn. Secret out. He lunged fists. Not words, but security peeled him off. You'll regret this. Leah.
Regret?
Liberation tasted like rain-washed air. Twist 1. Elias offered partnership, co-CEO. My code at the helm. But as confetti fell on Hailteka's new era, Lily tugged my sleeve at the family dinner he insisted on. Aunt Leah. Why Gramps cry? Because monsters bleed too. Yet the real storm brewed. Vic's cell call that night. You think it's over? I know your bridge story. Jump again. Sis. She'd researched my death. Haunting. Prescient. The revenge? A mirror. Reflecting my own darkness. November's chill seeped into bones. Frosting windows and hearts alike. Hailtech reeled. Stock dipped 15%. Headlines screamed, Hail, air heist. Vic's mugshot trended on X. Her Yale polish cracking under orange jumpsuit glare. Harlan lawyered up, invoking family privilege. But Elias held firm, resignation or indictment. He quit an oppressor. Voice gravel. Time for fresh blood. Fresh blood, me. Co-C-suite with a hand-picked interim. My patents fast-tracked to board approval. Brooklyn walk-up swapped for a Soho loft. View of the Hudson. Ironic reminder. Jake texted congrats. Vic's shadow forgotten. I blocked him clean. But victory's high faded fast, leaving a void echoey as empty boardrooms. Elias pushed reconciliation. Weekly dinners at his brownstone. Lily's laughter the glue. She adored me. Storytime with Leah the Brave, her crayons sketching us slaying dragons. Elias watched, guilt etching new lines. I failed you both, he'd murmur over scotch. Evelyn knows now, your half-sister. Hates me. Forgives you. Half-sister Evelyn, Harlan's wife. Vic's mom. The call came mid-meal. Her voice silk-wrapped steel.
Leah.
We need to talk. Coffee at a neutral spot. Bergdorf's tea room. All doilies and discretion. Evelyn was poised poison, blonde like Vic, but crow's feet from boardroom battles. You destroyed my family. Your daughter destroyed mine. Flat facts. The frame-up. My firing.
The bridge.
Her eyes widened. Knew the embezzlement, not the depths. Elias told me. The affair. She sipped.
Composed.
I forgave him decades ago. For Lily's sake. Lily, Evelyn's niece. But the leukemia scare had forged steel bonds. Vic spoiled.
Yes.
But blood's thicker. Drop the charges.
Leah.
Or Lily loses her cousin. Blackmail via child. Controversial calculus. Vic's freedom for family peace? I walked out, head spinning. That night, dreams twisted. Vic's face on Mom's, drowning in Hudson waves. The decision crystallized at dawn, jog along the High Line, rusted rails mirroring my resolve.
No.
Justice first. But Mercy's gray area called. I'd testify. But recommend plea, probation, restitution. Controversial compromise. Painting me the villain redeemer. Feds pushed hard. Vic flipped on accomplices, the accountant, a rogue traitor. Trial loomed. Manhattan courthouse, a media circus. I prepped as witness. Dossier my sword. But twist 2 hit like a subpoena. Anonymous leak to TMZ. Hailtech airs Hafsa's secret. Love child of board chair. Floodgates. Paps swarmed my loft. Headlines. Bastard VP's revenge porn? Evelyn's doing? Or Vic's jailhouse hack? Elias lawyered me up. But the board wavered. Shareholders spooked by scandal stink. Emergency vote. My ouster floated. Temporary, they cooed. Bullshit. I fought dirty then. Controversial apex. Hacked the leaker's IP. Evelyn's assistant. Resentful. Exposed it internally. Firings rippled. Board backed down. But trust fractured. Climax crested in the courthouse. December frost glazing steps. Vic in the dock. Gaunt. No makeup mask. Our eyes met, hers pleading, mine steel. State your piece.
Yes.
Reynolds. I stood, voice steady. Victoria Hale betrayed me, framed for her crimes.
Cost me everything.
But family. It's a chain. I ask leniency. Rehab, not bars. Gasps echoed. Harlan, gallery rear. Nodded fractionally, grudging respect. Vic sobbed. Thank you.
Leah.
But as verdict dropped, 5 years probation, $500,000 fine, she whispered to her lawyer, who bolted. Minutes later, my phone buzzed. Burner text. Won't forget.
Sis.
Bridge calling. Stalker vibes. I traced it, jail blocked. But proxy to a PI firm. Vic's parting gift. Dossier on me. Including fabricated suicide note from Timeline 1, twisted to paint me unstable. The drive home was a blur. Rain sheeting windshield. Elias called. Proud of you. Dinner? Rain check. Alone.
The void yawned.
Revenge sated. But the twist gnawed. Was I free? Or just the new monster? Lily's drawing arrived next morn. Us hand in hand. Dragon slain. Caption. Brave ants forever. Maybe happy endings weren't fairy tales. But for her, I'd fight. Yet the final blade hung. Unseen. December deepened. Holidays a garish mask over wounds. Hailtech stabilized. My code patched the leaks. Stocks rebounding like rubber. Co-CEO title stuck. Perks piling. Driver. Amex Black. Invites to Davos. But the crown weighed. Thorns of isolation pricking deep. Friends from Timeline 1?
Ghosts.
New ones? Superficial nods at galas. Elias and Lily anchored me. Christmas at the brownstone, tree twinkling, eggnog spiked. Her giggles unwrapping my gift, a custom tablet loaded with coding games. Teach me, Aunt Leah. We built apps till midnight. Elias beaming from armchair. Evelyn arrived late. Vic's absence a polite void, house arrest in the Hamptons. Ankle monitor, her new accessory. Truce. Evelyn extended a gloved hand. Truce. We clinked flutes. The word fragile as spun glass. Harlan skipped. Nursing grudges in exile, Florida condo. Per Elias's nudge. But peace cracked New Year's Eve. Fireworks boomed over Times Square as I prepped for the board's annual bash, gown from Bergdorf's. Borrowed confidence. Text from unknown. Bridge at midnight. Or Lily's pics go viral. Pics? Attached. Lily at a park. Innocent shots. But angles wrong.
Predatory.
Stalker escalated. Vic's PI. Off-leash. Rage ignited. Pure kerosene. I traced the number. Cayman shell. Linking to Vic's restitution. Slush fund. Controversial endgame. No courts.
Direct.
I drove to the Hamptons. Wipers battling sleet. Her estate. Glass McMansion mocking the storm. Gate buzzed open. She waited on the porch. Robe clutched. Eyes wild. Leah? What the? I shoved past. .38 from my glove box. Timeline 1 street lessons. Never unarmed. Illegal? Hell yes. But survival's gray. Call off your dog. I snarled. Gun loose but present. Lily's off limits. She laughed.
Brittle.
Or what? Kill family? You're no family. I pocketed the piece. Bluff held.
Confess.
The leak. The threats. On video. Tears now.
Real.
I lost everything. You, the golden bastard, stole it. You stole first. We circled. Kitchen island barrier. Then the twist. She lunged. Not with fists, with a letter. Yellowed envelope.
Read.
Then judge. Mom's handwriting. To Elias. 1997. I'm keeping her. But if you want in, fight for us. He'd burned it. Unread. But Vic? She'd found it in his safe. Post-arrest raid. Ammo for her war. Why show me? I whispered. Because we're the same. Abandoned. Fighting scraps. Sobs racked her. Help me.
Leah.
Please. The gun clattered to tiles. Controversial mercy. I hugged her, awkward. Electric. Sisters. Fractured. Dawn broke as I drove back. Letter clutched. Elias met me at Dawn Coffee. Face ashen. I read it too. Vic sent copy. Forgive an old fool. Forgiven. But conditions. Therapy for Vic. Mentorship for me and her. Rebuild. Not raise. Months blurred. Joint sessions. Awkward. Board maneuvers.
Tense.
Lily thrived. Oblivious dragon slayer. By spring. Hail tech sword. My AI ethics overhaul lauded and wired. The ending? No tidy bow. Harlan returned. VP Olive Branch. Swallowed pride for shares. Evelyn hosted brunches. Vic tentative texts. Coffee? Happy? Bittersweet. I died once. Reborn vengeful. But in saving her, I saved the girl on the bridge. Last hook, as cherry blossoms dusted Central Park. Lily tugged us both, me, Vic.
Elias.
Ants forever? We nodded. Chains loosening. Revenge's fire banked to embers. Warming instead of scorching. In America's grind, we don't slay dragons, we tame them. Family, fucked as it is. And I, Leah Reynolds Crowe, maybe brave enough for that.